way your body moves. Follow this wave. I don't wanna play the games you play. I don't want you to leave, I just wanna make you stay. Because I love the way your body day, okay? Follow this wave. I don't wanna play the games you play. I don't want you to leave, I just wanna make you stay. Because I love the way your body moves. All right, everybody, welcome to LagosTraffic. Lyo's here.
And I am Tim.
I hope everybody's Memorial weekend is going good.
Shout out to all the Geminis.
Right? Because it is Gemini season, right?
They are called the two-faced people. Bipolar, crazy, funny. The only reason I keep going back to funny because I know Lil Duval's birthday. I know he's a Gemini.
Oh,
and he's hilarious.
Duval is a hilarious dude.
Hilarious.
I'm not gonna front.
But he's also crazy.
Yeah, majority of comedians are crazy though. They got this like, you can tell that not all the wires in their brain are connected.
That's why they're comedians. Right?
Yeah,
they just say what comes to their mind. Sometimes it comes out as like, what the fuck?
Like, who thinks of this type of stuff?
Only them.
Man.
I mean, there's different categories of how you would probably rate comedians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll put like Kevin Hart in the same caliber as like Dave Chappelle.
Nah,
right?
Nah.
I mean, I'll put a Chris Rock.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm fond of Kevin Hart's work.
Okay.
I think his stand up to me is funny. I think his stand up is funny. The acting, but the stand up I do like.
I mean, because I think his stand up is his golden ticket. That's what he kind of came up on, and of course you get into acting.
Yeah,
you're right. But you know, Dave Chappelle is just on a whole different wavelength.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle is on a whole nother wavelength. It's because of the way he articulates his stories, and he can make a real situation.
We're talking about Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. He can make a real situation seem so funny, but at the same time it has a meaning. It has a underlying meaning with it. He's teaching you as he's telling you these jokes.
I also think that he knows his strength, right? Because he doesn't really. What was the last Dave Chappelle movie you watched?
I don't think I really watched Dave Chappelle's movie. I
think I only know Half Baked, where it was a movie about people just smoking. But my point is, he sticks with what makes him great, which was, I don't think his show would have lasted a day in today's TV.
No.
The Chappelle show?
Nah.
That show was crazy.
No, that show was.
Stand-ups are also iconic.
Yeah,
right?
His shows, the Dave Chappelle show was, that was something else. Like, for me, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Maybe because I grew up in that time watching it wasn't bad. But nowadays, because you're not really allowed to really speak. You're not really allowed to really speak your mind nowadays because everybody's afraid to get canceled.
Everybody's sensitive.
Yeah, everybody's afraid to get canceled. Everybody doesn't want trouble with.
Nobody wants to lose money.
Okay, basically. Thank you. Took the words right out of my mouth. Nobody wants to lose money.
Yep.
So I get that. And so everybody's really trying to side with certain people so they can keep their money up, so they can continue to do stuff that they want to do.
Yeah.
But I think that's also a bad thing, that when you're not able to speak your own mind, because I do think having like good discord with people, not only benefits others, but it benefits you at the same time, because you get to learn something new that you might not have known before.
What I also think is that we're all so different in people. It doesn't matter what part of the world you come from. We're just different people. Different people have different mindsets. So if we're all sensitive about like the same thing and nobody can do anything creative or different,
and
we're all aligned to almost look and almost enjoy the same thing because we're kind of forced to do so. like you have to go on one of these streaming services to find Chappelle Show because you can't watch it on the actual TV
Right.
because they pulled it. I'm not sure if Comedy Central still shows it.
No, because I think they had some. I think they had some
legal
situations with Comedy Central. So I think he's. But I believe it was on Netflix for a while though.
It's such an iconic show.
It was
Right.
on Netflix for a while, and so I know about that. But the fact that people not only are afraid to speak their minds, they're also, which is because they're afraid to lose money.
Uh-huh.
It makes it so hard for other people to really express themselves.
Yeah, to be creative.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're all different people, right? So our minds are different, our humors are different, our way of expressing ourselves are different. Like nobody's going to deny what I'm about to say right now. I don't mean to piss anybody off, but nobody's going to deny the fact that R. Kelly's a genius, right? And his music,
he's a sick genius, but he's a genius.
But they said he can't. They said he can't. He couldn't read or write. I don't know if he can.
No. That I believe, because this dude
make all this music. They legit said if there was ever going to be an R. Kelly, remember back in the pandemic they had the verses, where rappers would get together and they said the only person that could probably compete with R. Kelly is Michael Jackson. That's how many hits he has.
And I think he wrote. Did he write some stuff for Michael?
He did.
He wrote some stuff for Michael.
Yes, he did. And I was just about to get into that. We don't even know the songs that he's written for really famous and non-famous people. And he's made hits for a lot of people.
But it still doesn't excuse what he did, though.
Like I said,
it still doesn't excuse what that man did.
Let's take away his.
He deserves where he's at right now. He deserves that. Mm-hmm. Now, I will agree with you. He did make some hits.
Some hits.
Okay, he made hits. He made hits. I'm not even going to.
Let me tell you something right now. There's not one neighborhood you can go to right now, even if they all say they're boycotting R. Kelly. Just go ahead and play "Step in the Name of Love." Any cookout, any wedding, any black gathering. Someone like, "Oh, turn that step in the name," and they start.
You're right. Because I think I've seen situations where people were still dancing and listening to it.
Now. That's what his music does to people. Now his personal demons that he was facing, that's something that I believe he should have paid for a long time ago.
So do you think his music should be canceled?
No.
You don't think his music should be canceled?
Why should it be canceled? Let me counter your question with the question. Why should it be canceled? Because of what he did off of being R. Kelly, the musician. I know he used his fame to, and I'm not condoning anything that he did. He's a pedophile. He's a, whatever you want to call it.
Let's not say that.
Okay, let's say that word.
Let's just say
a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
We all know what he did.
Okay, we all know. You watched the documentary on one of these networks. I can't remember.
I think it was on Netflix.
R. Kelly.
I think it was on Netflix.
So you kind of see all the women that came forward, and what kind of came to my mind at first was where were the parents, right? Were the parents enablers because they had a famous person come through, and they were shocked about the fact that they saw somebody that was super famous. I'm telling you, R. Kelly at the time was very, very famous.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Why didn't anybody question his movements with Aaliyah? Why did it all come to light like so many years later? Were they harboring this?
Well, we knew about this. Like
we knew.
Like
and
I don't know what.
Speak up to the authorities.
Now I don't know what. What's the word I'm trying to say? I don't know about other people, but I know I've heard about the stories even back then.
Okay,
I was hearing about the stories. I was a kid.
Insiders.
I was a kid though.
Okay, but even if you were a kid, you heard about the stories, and you're not even an insider. Not even in Hollywood. Right. Not so. What do you think they're hearing?
Well, the thing is, you have to have proof. You can't just. You can't just be. He say, she say. Like it wasn't until now that the women really started to come forward and say, yeah,
because of the whole movement, right?
Yeah,
the movement that everybody's coming,
and so they were able to really get the courage to say, hey, this is what was going on.
I'm happy he got exposed for being the monster that he is.
Yeah.
I wish it would have happened
sooner,
years and decades ago, so he didn't have the opportunity to do it to other women.
Right. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. So I got this question from somebody that kind of been bugging my mind for like the longest, and she says that she's been with her man for about 2 years, right?
Uh-huh.
And for the first like almost year and a half, everything was super delic. They were having so much fun and traveling, and they was I call it the honeymoon stage, right?
Yeah.
And then for like the past 5 6 months, you know, she can't really tell what's really going on. Like there's something missing. She's not really sure if he's kind of fallen out of love with her. He's asking if he's done if she's done anything to upset him, and
Uh-huh.
she's thinking there probably is another girl. You know, and it's a story that I kind of hear a lot. If I was to broaden the question and how people are with somebody and somewhere along the line for a long period of time. It's different if you and your girl are kind of going through something for about a day or two or a week. That's usually just that happens. But when you kind of notice that the touches are not there, or the texts are not being replied as soon as possible, or you guys are not going out as much as you can, um at what point do you almost give up? Like, I've tried to communicate with this person. This person's not telling me, what we can do to fix this. Am I an asshole for leaving, or do I kind of stay and wait this out and hopefully wait for a good moment to reappear?
Okay. And you said they're just dating,
They're not married.
not married. Okay, that's a
When you're
whole
married,
nother.
you're not going nowhere.
Yeah,
It's for,
that's
going
fun.
to counseling. But then again, we can kind of almost promote counseling in relationships.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of gets you ready for marriages, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then if that's the case, then I don't believe you should just give up.
Mm.
I don't if that's the case, if we're going to say that the dating is supposed to get you ready for marriage,
Especially if if you think that this is the one
right?
that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
If that's the case, then I don't think you should give up. I think that's one of the main reasons with relationships nowadays is that people are so quick to be like, you know what, I'm done. Like you left the toilet seat up. I'm gone. The panties were on the bedroom floor. Oh no, I'm dead. I gotta leave.
Like, God
Like,
damn, I'm tired of seeing the toothpaste in the
without the
sink.
cap on
Come
it.
on, man.
Man, come on. You even toothpaste around the sink. Man, you like
You don't make the bed in the morning. I come home, you're not even done cooking, even though
your
you work.
egg salty.
God damn it.
Man, like no.
You can't even make no African food.
Look, but for real though, I think we give up too easily. I really do. And when I say we, I'm talking about us as a society.
Mm-hmm.
I think we give up too easily.
Is that
if
because
it's not,
there's a plethora of like options out there for us where we can kind of rebound
Actually,
before
I
we
agree.
actually define and figure out our problem? We go out there and then somebody else is either on a dating app or a girl that's probably been liking your pictures on Instagram. You hit her up eventually and be like, okay, bitch, I'm single. It's happened. Let's go ahead and get this over with before me and my shorty, reconnect and try to figure this out. I think that since there's so much of an opportunity out there for us, where something kind of crumbles, you can just go out there, and it's almost like, you ever see Iron Man, where his suit just kind of just comes,
it goes together
so fast.
Yeah,
You can go out there and that just happens.
I agree. I can't even front. I do agree with you. Why people have so many options?
Yeah, why fight when
I can get somebody else to replace you?
And it can literally take you 5 minutes. Get on the app, swipe.
Not even go on Facebook. I think every social media thing, if you're not using it for work, I think if it's a personal use, I think every social media app is a dating site, from Instagram to Facebook
to Twitter.
Yeah. Let's not get off Twitter.
Even LinkedIn now.
Really? Oh, dudes get dates on LinkedIn?
If you hire, I'll take you out for dinner dates. I wash cars. I can fix fans. I can fix ACs. We can go to Applebee's. They got the 2 for 20.
Oh my goodness! I can imagine people's profile pictures: suit, tie, with a briefcase in their hand. Just, I'm the one.
I've been fixing cars for 5 years. I got a suit and a tie. But no disrespect if you want to wear a suit and tie and you are
Yeah,
a
whatever you do, man.
whatever makes you feel
I think all the professions that we have
Mhm.
are necessarily needed.
Yeah. And another thing I want to talk about is people almost clowning people's profession, but almost ignoring the fact that people have passions. Like if I'm passionate to be a radio DJ, then that's my passion.
Right.
At some point, people were probably looking at Dr. Dre like, "What the fuck are you doing with all this equipment?" But then he became one of the best producers in hip hop. I want well of all time, but we're gonna limit it to hip hop
Yeah.
because we don't want to piss nobody off. We should let our creative mind just be creative, right? As long as somebody is guiding you under, because I believe there's been a lot of geniuses and creative minds have gone the opposite way
Yeah.
because of the wrong person or the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. I can say I agree with that also because when you don't have like a guy that star I don't when I say star I don't mean like a celebrity or anything. I mean like a like this analogy. You know how on ships back in the day,
Mhm.
you know how they used to navigate. They used to navigate with stars.
Yeah.
That's how I believe everybody needs a star to help them navigate through life. It might not be the same person forever, but you throughout your life, I believe everybody needs that star to help navigate them to become the best person that they can be. Because nobody can do anything by themselves.
No, unless Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen. Never mind.
Yes, yes, he did. He did. Unless you Wilt
If we go back and probably see somebody else too. I don't think anybody kind of did it themselves
100
like
points
that.
a game. Wilt 100 points a game.
But they didn't win by 100. So
You're right.
they
You're
probably
right.
won.
You're
They
right.
probably
You're
won by
right.
102. Somebody hit 2 free throws.
Oh no, but yeah, I have to say that like if people are if and I think that's why a lot of our youth are growing up the way that they're growing up because they don't have that guidance
Mhm.
in their lives. I believe men need. I believe well, boys need men in their lives that can guide them to become better men.
But those boys that have become men, that have become fathers, never understood how to be
A father,
structured
or
under a man.
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's generational. I want to call it almost a generational curse.
Uh,
But the reality is, it's a stain in our community. More importantly, because you can have situations where the father is either locked up, um, it's just a baby father where he just had a baby, and he doesn't know how to take care of the baby. He doesn't know how to, when once you create a child, and back in the day, it was for you to be in a family, like you
right.
raise your child. And I've heard this several times where women say, or I think men say, a woman can't raise a boy or a man. It's one of those.
I think a boy.
I also just believe like a woman, and let's not get it twisted. Women take on this task that I don't think any man can ever take on, and that's this whole motherhood thing. And they sometimes get 3 or 4 jobs, and you and I growing up, and our parents had to get multiple jobs because that's what they had to do. But
Right.
focusing on a single mother, it's almost impossible to not compliment them based on what they can do without almost having anything. Now, that being said, if there's a father that is trying his hardest, and he might have made some mistakes, what I'm trying to say is a lot of women, or some women, they take their anger out on the baby father and destroy the relationship with the child. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I
Like
get what you're
she's
saying.
so upset at you that she doesn't want you to see that child. And
Yeah,
you're trying so hard to be a father to that child.
yeah,
And before you know it, that child grows up to a certain age and that child starts to hate you. So, it sometimes it's not the father's fault. Sometimes we just almost have to put our personal differences aside
side. Yeah,
for the better cause. And the child is always a better cause because the child is going to be a product of both of y'all, honestly. And not all kids are going to come out to be, what you want them to be. We have bad kids, good kids, great kids, horrible kids. But at the end of the day, if you can say that you did your best, they had a good relationship with their father and they had a good relationship with their mother, that's all that matters. We tend to use our own personal emotions to dictate the next steps, and sometimes that can backfire on us.
Yeah, because kids do need both parents. I mean, the same way that there are certain things men can't do, only women can do. There's certain things men can do that women can't.
Yeah,
we both have like, I would like to say, men and women's relationship is supposed to be like a yin and yang.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Because I remember watching, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I remember watching this YouTube video, and this boy was, I think he probably was like 16, 15, 16, was completely destroying his bedroom. I mean, he destroyed everything. He had a scooter, he broke the window, and he was challenging his mom. And his mom was like, "Oh, you want to beat me up? You want to come beat me up, come beat me up." The video ends with the phone dropping, and you can hear her just yelling. And the first thing that popped in my head was, if there was a man in that house, there's no way that boy was doing anything.
Getting hit.
You know how your dad stood in front of you and said, "Okay, come."
All your mom had to do was, "I'm gonna tell your dad."
Wait till your dad gets to him. Oh,
mommy, what? I didn't do anything.
And then that's the one night you try to go to bed like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is still out. You made your bed already. You left out love to daddy, even though you've never in your life, but you're trying to avoid. And
you come in your room, boom. You think you're sleeping? Ha, come here, bring your butt here. I'm going to whoop you today.
You know what I used to hear? The door just opened and said, "Get out of the bed." And you know what I try to do? I try to play it off like, and I try to act like I'm snoring. And I hear that next voice. "I know you hear me. Get out of that bed right now."
Bro,
nothing is ever the same.
African parents, bro.
Oh, God.
Are something different. I remember, bro. I remember when I had to have been. I was the most I could have been was 10. Most. I went to my dad. I was with my dad. I can't remember where we were going, but he went to the gas station to pump gas. So he was like, "Oh yeah, Femi, take the money and pay for the gas inside." I said, "Can I have some chocolate?" I was like, "Can I have some chocolate?" He said, No chocolate, no chocolate. I always want something. Just go and pay the thing." I was like, "All right, no problem." I got to the register. I gave the man the money, and as I was like, "You know what? While I'm giving him this money, I'm about to steal some of this chocolate." Grab the chocolate.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a felon. I'd like to report a crime.
No.
It happened like 20 years ago.
No, more than 20. But hold on. Let me even tell you what happened. As I'm putting it inside my pocket, something's like, "Bro, look to your left outside the window." I just see my dad looking dead at me as I'm stuffing stuff inside my pocket. He just said, you know how African parents are. I just put everything back. I walked out.
It was still too late. You putting it back. You about to go just sit the whole shit. You are still getting your ass whooped.
Oh, you see, luckily he didn't whoop me. This is what he did. He took me to the police station. He said, he go into the police officer. He said, "Look, this is my son. He's here trying to steal. Please take him to jail." I was like, "Me?" I was like, "You really about to let this man take me to jail?" The man took me to the back. He says, "Is this where you want to end up?" I was like, "No, sir. No, sir.
Alexa, play Locked Up by Akon.
That was the last time I stole. I was like, "Nah, never again. I do not want to be in that situation." My dad did not play at all.
African parents, they remind me a little bit of Asian parents. They're so strict.
They are.
But their love, and African parents' love, is
immeasurable.
Oh my God.
It's immeasurable.
I have yet to find an African that said my mom and my dad kicked me out the house.
Well, they don't do that. They don't do that.
They don't kick you out
Nah.
because they want you to understand financial literacy before. And that's another thing we should probably talk about is if anybody's listening, and I can almost understand why some parents are ready for their kids to almost get the F out the house if the child is creating problems in the house. But the parents that say, I just want the whole house to myself. And then the whole house is to yourself and you're alone as
but you hardly hear parents just say, I just want the house to myself. Usually the child is a terror.
I mean, what about the
usually
moms?
child is a terror.
What about the moms that have been turning out a whole bunch of guys because the kids are at home and the kids are gone?
So it's about that time.
I'll still got a group, bro. No, but African parents truly believe that this is our house, it's a family house. I still know a lot of Africans that still sit down together and they eat together.
Yeah,
it's a community, and sometimes that community, unbeknownst to you, creates a foundation of togetherness. Because an example is I've known this guy since
I was
before
born.
He was 10. Yeah, we've known each other since we were. And that's never going to change.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to school in boarding school. And when I went to go visit Nigeria, I went to go see him in school. And his mom and my mom have been cousins and friends since, that's how we're here.
They were kids.
Exactly. So, and it's really hard and rare
in your life, especially good people in your life that are going to help support you and going to help you, give you good advice. And
Speaking about like good advice, what advice would you give females out there that are saying, I'm not going to date a guy that makes less than me?
I don't have nothing to say to him. I don't.
It's your bed. You made it.
No, I believe I think whatever you want out of life, I think you should go for it.
Have women gotten to the point where they're putting financial over love? Does love even matter in relationships anymore?
I'm gonna,
love,
people are gonna like me after this.
Financial. We should have you on the show right now. So, because she's not in her head, like, no, love does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Look, hold on.
It's less than financial.
This is what I'm gonna say. Some people might not agree with me, but this is what I'm gonna say.
Speak your mind, brother.
let me. We'll stop. All right, please, y'all, bear with me.
Are we about to get sued?
No, I just think I'm. I just think
you got to think about this. If we're getting sued, this partnership is over.
No. I'm not getting sued. We're not getting sued.
My mom and your mom are no longer friends. They're not friends anymore.
No, we're not getting sued. Okay,
so let's go back to the question.
This is what I think. Okay, go ahead.
Financial, love. I think financial and security all tie into the same umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So is love really out there? Love almost meaning my best friend, my soulmate.
I don't think it should be based solely on love, though. That's where I was gonna get. I don't think
anything or just a man or men and women should not base anything solely on love.
No, when it comes to relationship, being in a romantic relationship,
yes,
I don't think it should be solely love. If you base your relationship solely on love, this is the reason why I say it shouldn't be. Love is a feeling. You may love this person today and hate their guts tomorrow.
Do you hate your mom's guts at any point in your life? If it's a feeling, did you at any point in your life
There's
hate?
some there's
No, no,
certain
no. You just
there's
have to answer
certain
that
things
question.
there's certain things that are so that can't happen when it comes to mom. When it no look
There's a
look
lot of
listen,
people that hate their mom.
yeah,
Yeah.
there are,
I'm
but
asking
I'm
you in
talking.
particular.
Okay, no,
Do you
I've
hate your mom?
there've been times where I'll be like, "Mom, I hate you." Oh, yes, but I didn't mean it.
Okay.
Love is a decision. Love
Okay.
is a decision.
It's a choice we make.
Right, but I think that love should. I think that relationship should also have some sort of You should also think of a relationship like this. What this person does for you,
Yes.
and I don't mean like. And when I say that, I mean in the sense of, does this person make your life better?
Okay. Okay.
Does this person check the boxes that you? Because if you're just saying love, okay, so if I'm gonna give you a hypothetical situation.
Please do.
There's a girl, she's a doctor.
Mhm.
She's a doctor,
Yes.
a great doctor making good money. She loved Tyrone from D Block.
Yep.
So should she be with Tyrone from D Block?
Why not? I'm asking you a question. Why not?
Why not? So somebody that's going to be a liability to your life, just because you love them,
Mhm.
you should be with them.
If that person makes you happy,
If they're a
And what-
liability to your life,
And-
listen to what I'm saying. They're a liability
well,
to
first
your
of
life.
all you
Tyrone
said-
is a drug dealer
all you
from
said
D
to say,
Block.
Now he's adding.
I think he's from D Block. If he
D-Block
said D
means
Block
drugs.
he in D Block for a reason. He in D Block for a reason.
Brother. Okay. That story was a little bit too extreme. But I will give you. What's her name?
I don't think I
Okay.
gave her a name.
She has no business being with Tyrone from D Block.
Thank you.
Now let's paint an actual clear picture.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear your example.
All right. There's a woman that so happens to be she's a nurse.
Okay.
She makes about 100.
Mhm.
And he's a school teacher,
Okay.
which means he's not making more than 60.
All right.
They clash at Starbucks, have a great conversation.
Mhm.
I'm talking about an instant connection. I'm not talking about soulmates, but their connection when they first meet is out this world. She should base her feelings on the fact that he's a school teacher, so he's not gonna make that much money.
Oh no. But this is all you also have to think about also though. She's a nurse.
Yeah.
So she's obviously living a certain type of lifestyle.
Yes.
Is she really willing to downgrade her lifestyle
If she
for a
can
teacher? Because
if she can maintain her lifestyle
but the
while
thing
he's taking care of the responsibilities, I don't see anything wrong with
but
that.
this is the thing. When majority of women would want a guy that either makes the same amount of money than them or more.
Why?
Because women want to feel secure.
If they're making that money, they should be secure.
But it's still.
Can we address the actual problem and say that some women are not content? Is that what we're not actually trying to bring out of the rabbit's hat? Is that women would rather compete? So peep this out. Pam's husband makes $8,000 a year. Keisha's husband makes $200,000 a year. And Aaliyah's husband makes $50,000 a year. The one in the middle is carrying a Gucci purse. The other one's carrying a Michael Kors purse.
Okay.
The other one is probably carrying, I don't even know, a non-name brand purse, right? But the one that has the most expensive purse is not happy at all in her marriage. The one that has the non-brand name is happy. She's not looking at the next person as a competition. She's not trying to match that person's swag. Because once you try to match somebody's swag, you either come out of your pocket, right, to make yourself compete with that next person, or you come out your pocket to bless your wife so she looks better than the next person. It's different than you gifting. But if your wife comes up to you almost on a monthly, or hey, I want to go to Chanel, I want to buy this, or I want to go to Gucci, I want to buy that, I want to do this, I want to do that, and everything that she's talking about is something materialistic, then you're not content with what you have. Well, that's
the reason why I was going by, which I'm not saying I disagree with you on should it matter if he's making less or not. I'm not saying I disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going by what we know, because how the same way we're telling women, hey, that they shouldn't really complain about men, that men have been like this for years or whatever.
Like what?
Women
Like
have
what? Dogs?
I wasn't going to say dogs. I
What
was
was
just
you
going
gonna
to say
say?
something like, I was going to say more like, um, okay, yeah, let's use dogs. Let's use dogs. Let's use dogs. That was the only thing I could think of.
I'm like,
That's the only thing I could
what
think of.
other word can you use to describe this
Okay,
situation right now?
but we also, but for thousands of years, women have also been the same. Women, when it comes to what they look for in a partner,
Mm-hmm.
same thing for men. Men have always wanted a certain type of woman as a partner. Same thing. So we can't ask women to be like, to say, hey, you should accept this man for his qualities, and if we can't accept women for their quality, we got to
Yeah.
be able to accept them for their qualities. They want a guy that makes a certain amount of money. They want a guy that looks a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
They want a guy that has a certain type of job.
Mm-hmm.
That is fine. I think it's fine. The only thing I will say to that is, do, whatever you want from a person, do you qualify for the person that you want?
Yes.
So that's the thing.
Great way you broke it down, because I do believe, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No, go
do
ahead.
believe that a lot of women are out there and they expect men to still be the providers, and men don't have a problem with that because that's just in our nature. But I also believe that if you want us to remain the traditional men of the past and us being the head of the household and us being the provider, then what is wrong with us demanding that women also be the traditional women that they used to be? And I'm not saying that you have to stay at home and cook and clean and all that other stuff, but the bare minimum, the basics is, if I ask you right now to do something, I'm not doing it, then I'm a hypocrite, right?
Right.
So if women are asking men and still demanding that men still be the ones that pay all the bills, and if you go back in the day, the only reason why that rule ever existed was because men were the only ones making the money.
Right.
And then when women started to make some money, I didn't agree with the fact that men just took their money and, I
No.
don't know,
Yeah.
what they
I
did with
don't
it.
know.
But my statement still remains that the original game plan was for men to pay the bills
Right.
because they really made the money. But now women are making more,
Money.
like you said in one of our previous. You said women are making more
No, no,
money.
no. Well, they're making more than before, but it's still, men still make,
Make more.
on
Okay.
average, men still make more than women, but more
Do
women are making more
the
money
African American women make more than African American men, or
because it's men. African American men make about, I think, like 50, between close to in that 50,000 area.
okay,
Then women, then I think that women make like 40 something on average.
But we have a
And
lot of Black successful women out there,
yeah, yeah,
and some of these women are married to men or dating men that are below them,
yeah.
right? And we never hear about the go-to good stories of women that are in successful marriages or successful relationships, even though she's the one making majority of the money, or she's making more money than he is. She still lets him lead the household because that's what she believes in. That's her tradition. And you say this a lot of times, so I'm going to go ahead and echo behind you. There's nothing wrong with a woman wanting what she wants.
Right. Yeah.
But
I
if
don't
she
think there's
can't
anything wrong.
find what she wants, does she have a right to complain about the other opportunities that she's let, it kind of just, she let them slip by?
I mean, the complaint is, this is where I go. If you're having the same outcome, you have to start looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even just want to put it on women, because let's be honest, men ain't out here doing what they're supposed to do either. There are men out here that aren't doing what they're supposed to do either. Like
Men ain't shit and women ain't shit.
that's why I say people.
Do you believe that if a woman has exhausted all of her options of dating within her race, that she's wrong for dating outside her race?
No,
Because the people that she was trying to start her life with have nothing but dogs.
no, I don't. If she could find the person that suits her from any other race, I don't care, because I've never been the type of person. I've never been the type of person that has always looked at race. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that I look at life. How I look at life is I'm supposed to love everybody.
And there's nothing wrong with having a preference.
No,
A preference doesn't make you racist, even if it comes down to like, because some certain people say, I want you to marry a black person, and I don't want you to date a white person. Does that make a black person racist? Or if a white person says, I only want you to date
if a white person is racist.
Oh, isn't that a fucking
no, it is though, but I don't think
Nigerians
personally.
Say, I want you to marry a Nigerian. Don't bring any.
Personally, I don't.
I'm so afraid to use that
preferences
Akata because of the way that person on that channel had said
it's
Akata is
Akata just
a racist thing that
just
Nigerians use towards Americans.
It's not,
and I wanted to find that guy. My first thing about that situation was I couldn't believe that guy didn't have another African or Nigerian on that show. Right? Because if he would have said that and there was another Nigerian there, the Nigerian would have corrected him right there and then. Like, no, it's not. Nowhere close.
He just made that up.
When you call Nigerians or Africans African booty scratchers, how does that
shit used to piss me off, bro.
How does that make Africans feel? But then when we call you,
you know how many fights I used to get into fights? You know how many fights I got into in elementary school because of that?
You almost just have to give up because they're going to come back the next day and find another joke. And sometimes these jokes come from like
when I first came back from Nigeria, bro.
That accent
was thick. It was thicker than a jar of peanut butter, bro. That accent was thick.
I just had a flashback of mine when they said everybody stand up and say what you did over the summer. And as they get closer to me, you know how your stomach is just in like all these knots. You think that you have to you just want to die, then rather than so then they get to me and I get up and I just look around, everybody just looking dead at me. And I said, hello, everybody. And that's what I can hear. People laughing. I can hear African booty scratch. I'm like, why are you calling me that?
I used to be so ashamed of my name, bro. You know how many different names I had, bro? I used to go by my middle name, Femi. They used to be like, oh, that's feed me or feed me or Femi.
They will call you everything, but they have no problem pronouncing. I want you to say
Jose's name.
No, what's the name of the guy that was in Terminator?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
They have no problem in his name. No problem at all. But let it be an African name. Oh, class is canceled. I can't
pronounce that word. I can't.
Everybody go home. I'll try to learn tomorrow, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Man, when I remember the first time when they first heard my accent, I first came back from Nigeria. Some of my friends found out I came back, and we all used to play basketball together. They knocked on my parents' door, like, "Hey, can Femi come out?
Feed me?
Yeah, no, can Femi come out? Can Femi come out?" They're like Femi, like, yes, your friends are here. I'll come out like, hey, what's up, man? They were like, hey, what's good? You want to come play basketball? Yeah, I'll come play basketball. And then they were like,
basketball.
They're like, what? They're like, basketball. I'll come play. You're like, I can't understand the word you're saying. I'm like, what are you talking?
You know what I mean?
Right. And so the next thing you know, they were like, bro, your accent is thick, bro. We can't understand. So I had to start forging an American accent to get it back so they could understand me. That thing was, and I used to go outside drinking Gary. That's how you knew I was after.
I had a Lagos.
I had a cup.
That Gary's brought you LagosTraffic. This dude thought he was still in Nigeria.
I had a cup, bro.
Alpha.
You also. Okay, come on.
Like, what the fuck is that?
I beg you.
Like, no,
if you can't chop. Come on.
I'm good,
bro. That junk was. Gary used to be the thing though. Especially when I was in secondary school, bro.
You can survive boarding school without Gary. Impossible.
Gary, peanut groundnuts and milk.
Yeah, and then it's sweet too.
Oh,
I feel bad for the Nigerians that have probably been here for so long, or the Africans. Let me broaden my horizon, and they still can't really have a decent like American accent. I've been feeling so bad for them. Like, I went to a racetrack one day, and the guy I was right behind him in line. I had my Red Bulls in my hand, and he was at the cashier. And
so funny. That should be so funny because they be trying to forge it.
Yes, he said, how are you? I'm like, oh, he's already fucked up. I'm like, how are you? She said, I'm good. How are you? He said, yeah. So I want to get some gas in the car. And the lady was trying to be as polite as possible. She was like, huh? He's like, yeah, I just want to put some gas in the car, you know. Let me get like $50 on pound 7.
It's like they singing.
I'm like, why do you have to sound like this? She said, you want some gas in the car? He said, yeah, that's what I just said. I just want to put that $50 on pound 7, something like that. And that's all I want.
Bro, that joke be tripping.
It'd be those people, and then it'd be people that have, it's like they're still in Lagos. When they're talking to people, they go straight to McDonald's, be like, yes, I want to order a cheeseburger, and please don't put too much cheese on it. I don't like it like that. And take out the onions.
I don't like onions. Please, I beg. Don't please put it for my sandwich. I won't pay it.
Nigerians are just so funny, bro. Because
I've been posting these guys on my page, bro. The guys that they be trying to like toast. For those that don't know what toast means, is like
holler.
Yeah, holler, flirt with females. Bro, it's a Ghanaian guy and a Nigerian guy.
Yeah, I saw one of the videos you posted.
Bro, that joke be having me dying because it's true.
You think African men are romantic?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Huh.
How many guys, how many people from other races, except maybe Hispanic, that'll go around saying, hey, my love sugar. You
consider that romantic?
You're like the sugar to the ants in my tea.
Yeah. And you see the girl say,
because it's the accent.
This man.
It's the accent. It's like a French person trying to spit game to somebody.
Oui. You want to go to Paris with me?
It's the accent. Like, have you ever? I remember going up to New York before. You talk to people in New York, and you have a Southern accent. You're
golden.
Yeah,
you're like an actor. Remember that video I shared with you on Instagram where that man was walking behind that woman, and then the woman was like, the guy said, "Baby, calm down," and she said, "But you have a wife," and he said, "Calm down." That is how Africans are.
No, that's true.
Every woman said that's how African men are. Like an African man will come up to you and say, my wife, how are you now? And then he has a ring on his hand and she's like, but you're married.
Hey, Joe, it's the ring for you. It's the ring for you. I've already planned out my own wedding ring.
That man said, it's not that serious. Me and my wife, we're like roommates. And I saw you in church on Sunday. And we come together on Sundays.
We ride the same car.
Then we eat jollof rice at home. Then, we go our separate ways. She goes to the parlor, I go to the bedroom, and I'm texting you. So, what's the problem? And African men be so dedicated to this act.
And no, I can't front though. An African man can get a woman out her drawers.
That's why I be so mad at them, at us, because our approach be so direct.
So direct,
because we already say, look at my wife.
She's so beautiful.
She's already blushing, but she's annoyed. Like, I know you're married. I can't wait for you.
This has nothing. This is nothing compared to you.
I want you to carry.
How is your marriage nothing compared to her?
And you know what he's gonna say? I want you to carry my first child.
You have 3.
That's one was my past life. I was in Nigeria. Now I'm in America. I want to have a child with you in America. My best one ever. What should we name our child?
No, what about your wife?
That is just my roommate. We pay rent together. Sometimes we go to church. But me and you, we're going to be together forever.
So what's going to happen to your own wife then?
She will understand.
She'll understand.
I will have her on Monday and Wednesday. You every other day. I will take you to Italy. I'll take, Nigerians. Ask a Nigerian to say Chicago. I went to Chicago.
There was one.
Why do you have to put the Chicago?
There was
Chicago.
There was one that I was watching. We're telling this African man to pronounce some words, countries. They told him to pronounce Philippines. He said Philippinini.
When he said Americans or American and Chinese or China, Butter Philip. And yeah, I remember seeing that video also. Yeah,
Panini,
that's crazy,
bro. But
thank everybody for tuning in. This crazy ass LagosTraffic show that we had. It's gonna be the first of many. We're gonna have a whole bunch of more Nigerian accents. I can't really do any more accents. It's only Nigerian.
No, not really,
because we actually lived there.
Yeah, and you had to. They couldn't understand you. You know when you first got to Nigeria and you were speaking with your American, they're like, "What did he say?"
You go to like your auntie's, your uncle's place, and be like, "Hey, how y'all doing? Is this your child? He's greeting me like that." Crazy.
But yeah, we'll have more coming up. This is the first of many, so please stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episodes. So we'll see you soon. Pow. Bye. Follow this wave. I don't wanna play the games you play. I don't want you to leave. I just wanna make you stay. Because I love the way your body day. Okay. Follow this wave. I don't wanna play the games you play. I don't want you to leave. I just wanna make you stay.